Thank God it's Friday, another beautiful day to bring on a matter the way they happen for Inside Nigeria. Welcome to Updated Precious. Always a pleasure to be with you now and bring on an update of things so they share for inside our country. Today, on a Friday, it's been a rainy day in Lagos, but if you know day for Lagos, I would like to know what's in the weather day like for where you day. Well, make a run through some hot conversations we will get very quickly because this evening a sharp because the weekend, so that I will go rest this weekend. It is important information what I say make a carry come on at the month. Okay, so let's go. All right. So ex-appeal court justice Adefope-Okojie don't condemn tribal politics, don't lambast the government, talk say nobody go fit invest for country where e be say judiciary dey bad o. Nobody would they go they do campaign make people invest foreign direct investment, and nobody will invest in a country with bad judiciary. Now what's in a talk, in fact that talk we talk a popular like this. I've been doing a video about during the day, but I would like make on a put mouth for inside that conversation. Terrorism. DSS don't resume prosecution of Ansaru commander Al Barnawi and four others. And then moving on to political matters and things we get to do with politics. 2027, I beg, step down for Peter Obi now. Obidient Movement, don't they beg Jonathan. Say, come out there, become elder statesman. Come off a road now. Step down for Peter Obi now. Ringo step down. You see him stepping down. Now, speaking about the 2027 and things we consign them, Kenneth Okonkwo don't blast Tinubu. Says Tinubu don't spend more time abroad than for inside Nigeria. Say APC na curse where everybody must join hands together to promote APC for power. Okay. Still talking about 2027. Lagos State, for here where would they? Obasa don't hint at governorship bid, rules out fifth term as speaker. Say he no go do fifth term as speaker. Say he go likely go for governorship. Hey, what's going on here? We thought it was a Sheyi Tinubu agenda. What is going on here? And how Baba Sokwe go take up now? We think people they ask be that too. Natasha, Senate should be symbol of democracy, not dictatorship. In fact, as they talk this one, that's what NLC said don't condemn the continued suspension of Senator Natasha. Says Akpabio led Senate at war with democracy. Say what they do now, war on democracy. Okay, look what enter inside of that matter then. Kebbi Governor Idris don't dismiss Malami appeal on trafficking petition. Being Malami traffic petition. And then it's obvious APC is jittery about any strong competition. They don't want competition at all. In fact, it wants Tinubu to be the sole candidate in 2027. Who talk this one and why he talk him? You think, say, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu just won't be the sole candidate for 2027? If so, why? Well, we will talk about that matter. As they talk to you, our president, they chillax for inside Paris or perhaps for inside UK, where he go on holiday, vacation. Meanwhile, resident doctors across Nigeria don't shut down. They don't down tools. They say they need to do again. Lives of people, they at stake right now, as it be say, they don't down tool. Say government no green meet their demand. What be the demand where they ask for? Where government no go feel meet? Well, I know Sabi. IPOB don't talk. Say Erufai son. Don't say Erufai son. Unlike Nnamdi Kanu, they work free after he openly declare one Nigeria is a fraud. As Erufai son talks, say one Nigeria is a fraud. Why he be say they no also arrest them as they arresting Nnamdi Kanu? And the question where they ask. Meanwhile, the gbas goes between Dangote and Nupeng. They still they go on because Nupeng don't slam Dangote this evening. Talk say Nigerians make on a day wary of Dangote free gift or free transportation of petroleum product to na Greek gift. Now Greek gift, not gonna day wear of okay. Okay, all right then. We'll go into insecurity where bandits have attacked magistrates, abduct passengers for inside the Niger Highway. And for inside Governor Soludo, Anambra State, we hear say gunmen kill 4 people, injure 15 for inside the burial ceremony of an 18-year-old. All this and other matter them. Now we carry comfort the months this evening to use given. Joining me for inside the studio now Oga Prince Francis Chilaka 19 inside the studio with me. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. Thank you.
Pressure, how are you?
I don't know if I should say I'm fine.
No. You're looking radiant. You're actually looking like Dangote.
Okay. Now you like better life. Now you like better life.
But you look like Dangote. Because I don't say you don't put. I don't say you don't put some trucks on the road. You want to can deceive us. No wahala.
No, stop it. Stop whining me. Stop whining me, sir. Stop whining me.
No, Now, Ogun and Omado have people take a sweat to rule us for this country. It's coming to that. Because the God of the Bible is very patient. It's very kind. It's very forgiving. We'll go back to Omenala. We'll go back to tradition. Traditional worshippers.
2027, they go swear by their village shrine.
Exactly.
Well.
Exactly.
Do you think that would make any difference, though?
It will make difference. So, you know, if you remember when Rochas, after Rochas lost the bid to come back as a senator, and after he lost the bid, and he was having this discussion with Akpabio, he now asked Akpabio, he said, what was the magic? I'm coming to learn from you.
Yes, so seeing him and Lawal go teach and the magic.
Yes, but he said something, you know, that I'm sure a lot of people didn't take cognizance of. He says, look, now the things he has done, or the things he did as a governor and as a senator, if he had used the deity of his people, of his land, to swear, I won't do any of that. I'm telling you, he said it. Go and fact check it. He said it. I'm not missing word.
So Nigerians, they take God for granted.
Even the men of God, they take God for granted.
Especially, but we did very, very religious. I mean, our Christians are very strong Christians. Our Muslims are very serious. In fact, our Muslims can be more Muslim than people in Mecca. So why would we say
precious? Those who take you to Christ, those who take you to Muhammad and Allah, are worse betrayers than the government itself.
All right, sir. Make I begin the conversation. So, I thought to bring this, even that I did a video about this in the past, earlier today, but I thought to bring it again to the fore so that, you know, make you put your gray hair wisdom inside the conversation. Now, a particular retired justice of the appeal court or court of appeal, Justice Oludotun Adefope-Okojie, she don't decry the growing influence of tribalism for inside political appointments for Nigeria. She said it's in say she don't tire to hear say this is the stand of the North, this is the stand of the East. Say when we go get stand of the people. Say it is so embarrassing. Say Nigeria gets vast, beautiful brains. People will be sabi something well. But at the end of the day, people who they put forward and people will be like say they no reach to these representatives. And she said a lot of things. She even said something about she also berated politicians on the role within they play to water down the judiciary and then come berate judiciary themselves. Come also talk, say, it don't reach that way, be said they go truly they serve justice above technicalities. In fact, the kind of things we should talk, I go like make you pay attention. I just cut out a few excerpts of them, make you just listen, and I go like make you also, you know, put mouth inside. And she also explained the backlog for judiciary. And she said nobody go invest for inside the country where it be say get bad judiciary. Would they go market our country? Nobody go invest for country with bad judiciary. Make you take a listen to a few things we should talk.
We cannot continue with mediocrity. We cannot. We have the best. What is the problem with letting the best people shine? There has to be a change. And the nation is crumbling. It's crumbling under religion. It's crumbling under tribal politics. If we're not ready to move together as one, maybe we should break up. It's always offensive to me when I hear this is the position of the North. This is the position of the Southwest. This is the position of the East. What is the position of Nigeria? They went to war over increase in the price of bread. But everything has increased in this country, and we are still moving. This is the time that elders should talk, because what is happening, it can no longer be tolerated. We are repelling investors. Nobody is going to invest in a country where the judicial system is not working, where disputes take forever to be resolved. Nobody's coming there. There was a survey of the top 10 African countries, you know, and sadly my nation wasn't there. This is a message also to the politicians. You have to help this country. You have to help this country. And then the judges themselves, any judge that wants to be multi-billionaire, you can do it easily. You don't even have to ask for it, they are chasing you. There has to be a change. The country is not moving. There's too much bitterness, there's too much rancor, there's too much division on every front, and we cannot move ahead. Nigeria is a very litigious nation. The elections, oh my goodness, the elections, the electoral system It is so flawed. And if one is not careful, a bold judge can be finished just because that judge has gone against the norm, against the society, and the person is a person of truth. I don't know why we're still writing longhand. I don't know why. I don't know why this country is writing longhand. Smaller countries, they have recording machines. When I was in practice, because I had recording machines that I wanted to use and I needed, I could finish a case in 1 year. But if I'm writing longhand, you can't. There's no how. The cross-examination of, okay, now they have adoption of deposition. Cross-examination itself can take about a month if you're writing longhand. And you're very, aggressive to the people. You're a stenographer. You're talking too fast. You're talking too fast. And because of that, there are just so many cases in the courts. So technology, we must, please, we must. The backlog, we have to deal with it. Otherwise, it's not going anywhere. Please, let us elevate merit and justice over technicality. Please.
All right, so Prince Francis Chilakasa, you don't hear the things in which you talk. Now, just to put a little note there, she be one of the 3 appeal court justices where Ibise been stand for the case of Nnamdi Kanu for 2022. We discharge and acquit him that time. Where they talk say, where DSS contact say he's been discharged but not acquitted. Now the first time when they hear that grammar, now she be one of those. We talk say the way they use renderer from Kenya, that it was against his human rights, against international law. So Nigerian government don't get any thing against them. And one of the many judgments you should not pass. But make I begin to take your opinion on this conversation.
Let me start from where it all started and how we got to this level of insanity that we have in this country.
How did it get so bad, really, that everyone is complaining?
When the late Buhari started his myopic, religious, and tribalism to the core, Nigerians kept quiet because the people you expected to speak up as at that time were beneficiaries. So it is the problem we have in Nigeria is not that we don't have brains. It's not that we don't have people who think out of the box. The problem you have is that everybody comes first before the country. And so if you begin to talk about the government and the government gives you an appointment, you just keep quiet. You fall in line. So it started from there. Everybody kept quiet. And so at some point, we started asking, I have always been asking, where are the elders of this land? Why are they keeping mute? Why are they keeping quiet? See, Precious.
Sir?
What has kept Nigeria together is not the might of the army. It's not the might of the police. It's not the might of the security agencies. What has kept this country going till now is the resilience of the people. Because the ordinary Nigerians believe in Nigeria. They believe that no matter how bad it gets, this country can still be redeemed. So it is the ordinary Nigerians that are keeping Nigeria one, not your political class who are thieving and continue to thief. The political class are not interested in developing this country. Your elites are not, most of your elites are not interested in moving this country forward. So because you have people who have that mindset, the mindset of, grab all you can, it's a cake. You know what happens if you're having a birthday party and you leave your birthday cake after taking a slice and you're not ask people to cut the way they want, you'll be shocked that maybe out of 100 people, only maybe 20 people will get the cake because people will cut the chunk that they can't even finish. So the bane of what we have today is that we have a lot of greedy, selfish, self-centered, arrogant, unpatriotic individuals in the helms of affairs. So, and until this thing is curbed, I am telling you, this country ain't moving anywhere. No matter what you do, no matter the amount of... See, I tell people, the situation in Nigeria is not about prayer. If you like, do all the kabash you like, you don't want to do. If you like, do the all-night video you want to do. It's not going to save the situation.
All right, so based on this thing we should talk now, especially when she complained about the need to elevate meritocracy above technicality.
Okay, that's good. I saw that,
okay.
And I'm so happy with that.
Okay.
But look, who are the people rigging elections for the half-baked, half-educated Nigerians? People with questionable character, people with questionable certificates. Who are rigging elections for them? Your professors. The same professors who are teaching our younger generation.
But the court, the same judicial system.
I'm coming to the court. I'm coming to the court. Precious, I'm coming to the court.
Okay, sir.
Let us start from the beginning. Where is the problem?
Okay.
You make a professor INEC chairman. Then somebody who does not have a school cert tell him how to conduct an election. Tomorrow, you now send that professor back to the classroom. What is he going to teach the younger generation of Nigerians? He has absolutely nothing to teach them. And that is why, a lot of young people today, when in the universities, when the professor is talking, they just look at you and say, what is wrong? What is this one saying? Because that institution has been damaged, whether we like it or not. Now, when you come to the judiciary, you ask yourself, I've always said that anytime you look at peace and you say, oh, you want to embrace peace, peace without justice is peace of the graveyard. Our judiciary has been tamed. They have been bought over, they have been stumbled upon, they have been rubbished to a point where, these days people don't even want to go to police, people don't want to go to court. They want to resolve matters one-on-one.
A lawyer once came here. Sorry, make I just cut you. A lawyer once came here and said that people are now preferring to meet social media influencers. They go meet very dark man. They go meet different people. They they feel say get influence to table their matter and then get social media justice rather than going to court. The lawyer said it. The lawyer said that social media justice are taking their job away from justice.
That is it. That is the truth.
Wow.
That is the truth. That is how sad we have. See, Nigeria has gone down so badly. So precious. You need to go. See, when we talk about the way Nigeria is today, I tell people, I said, when you go out in the mornings, when I'm driving to work in the morning, there are certain spots that I pass. You will see young boys, 15, 16, 18 to 25. What are they doing? That early morning, 7 a.m., 6:45 a.m., what are they doing? They're drinking structured alcohol. Wearing boxers and singlets. They're just out there, they've given up on life. Because of the kind of leadership we have. Yet your leaders are not seeing the pain of the ordinary Nigerians. Because they live in air-conditioned houses. They come into their conditioned cars. They move into their conditioned offices. So they do not realize what the ordinary man on the street is going through. But see, it hurts. I feel so bad because you see all this retired justice and all of that. It is when they retire, it dawns on them that they didn't perform, that they didn't do what they were supposed to do. It is when they retire that they begin to make recollection. And that is why I don't take them serious. It is when they retire, they want to begin to seek, they begin to make confessions, repentance, they begin to ask for forgiveness. Buhari took this country back 50 years, And when Nigerians were complaining, Oga, you are the one driving this car. You don't just enter inside bush. He will remove his toothpick and be picking his teeth. And you know, his staffs who are benefiting from him will come out on social media, come out on newspaper. People like Femi Adesina, people like Ezekiel Garuba also, you know, spewing all nonsense from their mouths. But look at where Nigeria is today. And then eventually, we now have a Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaban, who claims that he fought the military. He beats his chest. He says, I'm a Democrat. But with him, we see that democracy is dying. Democracy is almost fading out. So what are we looking at? What kind of leaders do we have? We have leaders who have no conscience. And that's the truth. The governors are doing whatever they want to do. When they finish doing the nonsense they're doing in their different states, they go to the airport and start waving at a plane that is taking, you know, taxing off. But that is the truth. It's not So what are they doing? The roads are not there. The national grid just collapsed again. And then you will see a government that is now taxing people to the point where even those who they claim to do hookup will be paying tax. Those who are selling ogogoro on the roadside will pay tax.
They say if you don't have tax ID now, you not have an account, or you not go fit to get account.
See, this afternoon, the Lagos State government embarked on demolition of illegal structures on Festac, Aziz, Agor, Amuwodofi. I mean, it was painful.
People never survived their own finish.
It was precious. It was painful. They were carrying this machine you use in cutting container. They were cutting anything they see, just cut it, just destroy it.
But the problem
is for me, illegal structures. Let me finish. I am not in support of people defacing the state with illegal structures. But you need to ask the question: why are people doing this? Because people need to survive, precious. Look at what the schools are doing now. Most schools are opening on Monday. Parents are already scared. They're scared. They're worried because the schools are saying it's operation show your receipt or no entry. And then you ask, people are not able to feed in Nigeria today. People are not able to, there is no job. There is no job. And the government does not care. Government does not care. So everything she has said is right. But I tell Nigerians, I think it's only the stupid Nigerians today that allow anybody to deceive them with religion and tribalism. And I'll tell you why. Hunger does not know tribe. It knows no religion. Starvation, poverty, unemployment. It doesn't know what state you come from. It doesn't know whether you are Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa. No. It hits everybody the same. And Nigerians need to begin to think and realize that these people are just taking advantage of you. When they preach these things to you, they are using it to suppress you. They are using it to enslave you. So they just need to wake up from their slumber. This is a country where people travel at night. You take off from Lagos, you go to the north, you may not even know anybody, you go to the north, you find a home there. I spent 6 years in the north. It was one of the best times of my life. But I can't do that today. Because you go there, the first thing people will look at you is, oh, he's not part of us, he's not one of us. And then if there's a crisis, you become the first target. So, the executive arm of government has failed us. The judiciary has failed us. The legislative have failed us.
So what is the way forward, sir? What can we do based on all
The
these things?
way
Should we
forward
open an
is
appeal to both politicians and everybody to ensure that we fix this country? How do we fix it?
precious. If you're looking at the politicians to fix this country will never be fixed. I'm
So
being
who?
very honest with you. The only people that can fix this country that you have today are the youths. When the youths are ready to take back their country, they will know what to do. When the youths will stop being allowing themselves to be used as thugs, political thugs. When the youths will stop allowing themselves to be used as area boys. And then I ask Nigerians, I ask the youths, I ask those who allow themselves to become political thugs, can you marry the children from these people? Can you marry their daughters, or can their sons marry your own daughters?
Will they let them marry them?
The moment they get into office, what do? They change their phone numbers. They add more kids to their gates. But Nigerian youths are not learning. Everybody's on social media doing one form of skitting or whatever, scat or whatever. No. We must become intentional about taking back this country. You cannot have the worst of us ruling the best of us. Across the entire 36 states plus the LCT. You have the worst of us. Most of them are worse than the ordinary Nigerians. You go from Lagos to Ibadan, to Ore, to Benin. There is no road. No planning, nothing. And then I ask this question. The lives of the late Simon Bakwe, the lives of the late Ajasi, the lives of the late Jakonde, and were they not Nigerians? Were they not leaders? Their legacies still live on. Please, Precious, tell me, what legacies will these so-called leaders of today show? The only legacy they will show is that they are living in good houses. They are flying jets. They have security all over the place. They are eating fat. Nigeria has gradually turned into animal farm.
All right, sir. So now that you're talking about Nigerian animal farm, NLC don't the vex well as it get to do with Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan continuous suspension. In fact, as they talk, they don't strongly criticize the Senate led by Godswill Akpabio for refusing to allow Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan resume even after a whole 6 months of suspension, despite the expiration of that, they not let her resume. Now, for inside a statement to ABC, Judiciary himself now released yesterday, Thursday, and the union don't accuse the Senate of sliding into dictatorship, describing its action as an abuse of power. That's what they talk about, and a brazen assault on the democracy. So they don't talk a lot of things, and they talk say the excuse will be say Senate they give say because the case is sub judice. Say that one are just frivolous legal technicality and a cynical ploy designed to silence dissenting voices. Say that one won't get anything to do because some people don't they talk and say wait oh if you argue say the case they sub judice so make she remain for house they finish. Why it be say some of them when they vote on her in and on a case this sub judice person will contest with on a carry and go court. Why they resume? Why not they resume for Senate till they for Senate they go the case till then come out on a or then courts affirm on a judge there on a election. So why do you do that? Why tell her to stay at home until her case is resolved? So the Senate don't frown over that one, and not just the Senate. I don't know if you remember this young man, Laulu Akonde. I think he's a former ex-vice president or Shibajo spokesperson. Don't also criticize the leadership of the Senate too over Akpoti-Uduaghan matter. In fact, in talk well. In talk say the matter is simply outrageous because nobody don't hear with this kind of thing they talk at all. Say, as a matter of fact, say the Senate is supposed to be a symbol of democracy, but rather it don't become a symbol of dictatorship. Do you think by this action of the Senate not letting her resume, it's some sort of show of dictatorship? Just like
Precious, it's not about Natasha right now.
Okay.
It's about Nigerians, and it's about Nigeria as a country. if you like the video clip you played, who do you think is sensible enough to come and stake their money in Nigeria when they know that, you know, your legislative arm is run by a cartel of people who have no respect for human rights? You and I have listened severally to Akpabio talk. Does he talk like a man who controls, who has authority, a man who has the vision and wisdom to run the Senate?
Does he not?
He doesn't.
Oh, wow.
He does not. With due respect to him, he does not. Power corrupts. Absolute power does what? Corrupts absolutely. That is what's happening in the Senate. Your Senate president he sees himself as a demigod. He has caged everybody in the Senate. That's why nobody can talk. You open your mouth and you talk, suspension. So the Senate has turned into a secondary school where the principal is the only God. That is what the Senate has turned into. When the Senate president came up and when he was brought in, we saw the way he was brought in as Senate president. And you see, for me, the Senate itself needs to purge itself. Because a Senate that allows the executive to decide who their ruler should be is not a Nigerian Senate. That is what they call that one a Babalawo arrangement, backyard arrangement. The Senate should have voted. They should have elected their own leaders without the influence of the executive. And also, after he came on board as the Senate president, he said, whatever Mr. President brings, it will pass. So tell me, how do you expect such gathering of people who suddenly have no say to rule a country where you have a lot of educated people in it? So the only way you can suppress educated people is by force. And you know what this government did initially when it came to power? To suppress the Nigerian people, to make the Nigerian people feel inferior. That was why they arrested those young kids who protested for
bad governance,
hunger and bad governance. That was why they put treasonable charges on them. That is what a dictator does. He puts fear in the people.
Fear. Oh, wow.
So that fear will make the people not be able to challenge and ask for accountability. And that is why when Labour Congress comes out to talk, nobody listens to them. What stops the Nigerian Labour Congress from occupying the National Assembly? With the things that have happened, is it not enough for them to occupy the National Assembly? Why have they not done that? You sit in your air-conditioned office and you're writing long cases. For who? Who will listen to? Who will read it and do anything? Is it the Senate? The truth of the matter is that the problem in the Senate is not about Natasha and the Senate. It's about Natasha and the leadership of the Senate. And that leadership is chaired by who? Akpabio. So it's a war between the two of them. Well, you know, sometimes I laugh when I see men fight with women. I laugh because I ask myself, what, you know, when you have a misunderstanding with a woman, in 10 seconds, she can say 300 things.
Excuse me, sir. Hello.
She can say 300 things. So any sensible man would avoid that situation. And that is why I look at Senate President, I wonder why he treats the wife at home. It is the type of a Senate President that the wife will not talk. You marry a wife and she becomes a dondi. Do as I say, or I kick you out. So as far as I'm concerned, yes, I know I have said it before that after this suspension, I do not see the Senate wanting her to come back. If Akpabio has his way, she will not come back to that Senate. And that is the gospel truth.
Why? What's her offense? What? Oh, wow. And then we all see that. And then her constituents.
See, precious, Nigeria is a country where, unfortunately, I'll say this, a lot of Nigerian men feel that the women are inferior human beings. A lot of Nigerian men feel that the woman should not talk in public. A lot of Nigerian men feel that the woman should not challenge them. So when a woman begins to challenge a man, you know, you're doing something you should not even think about. If Akpabio was not a senator and Natasha goes to police to report, no matter what, they would have arrested Akpabio. But who arrested Akpabio? Was he even invited? Does he have immunity? Akpabio has no immunity. Was he invited by the police? No. So we have a problem of religion, tribalism, tradition, and culture. These are our problems. And we need to get out of it. We have younger generation of Nigerians. We have young children growing up. What are we teaching them? What are we teaching them? So it's gone beyond Akpabio and the Senate. Nobody should be dragging the Senate. People should just say it's between Akpabio and Natasha, not the Senate. Akpabio is just hiding behind the Senate. Remove him there tomorrow as a Senate president. I am telling you, Akpabio will not talk in that house. And that's the gospel truth.
And then Nigerians
you have senators in the house who are not even, who see the truth, but they can't speak out because they are afraid to lose the largesse that comes with that office they occupy.
All right, sir. So let's move on. While we're speaking to the state of the nation, I would like to begin with the interview your brother Kenneth Okonkwo had this morning with Channels Television, where he had blasted President Bola Tinubu, saying that he has spent more time abroad than in Nigeria. He also did say quite a lot and said that APC is in fact, as a matter of fact, a curse that Nigerians must bring themselves together and ensure that they vote out. Let's just play a few excerpts of that conversation.
I'm still unclear as to what changed, though.
Yeah.
I mean, with your support for Mr.
Peter
Peter
Obi.
No personal reason. I made it clear that Labour Party as our base, whatever happens to that party has happened to our alliance.
Why?
That is just it.
He's
not a member.
He's not, well, we don't know.
Well, he's a member by word of mouth of the ADC.
Of the ADC.
Good.
Well, so we would think that
your alliance
will continue with him in the ADC.
I have told you that whoever wins the election of ADC in the presidential primary, I will support. Yes, but I have told you that if Labour Party, that was the foundation of our relation, we met ourselves in Labour Party, is no longer there. Going forth will be a new arrangement. And you have the right to decide what you will do going forth.
So there's no impasse between both of you?
Don't know what?
There's no impasse between both of you?
I don't have any personal problem with my brother Peter Obi. Nothing.
Okay.
No, nothing at all. No personal problem. Politically, I've told you my own strategy. What I think is a winning strategy. That's a different thing altogether.
We certainly will also be looking to see the developments within the
Progressive Congress, by whatever name called, is now a curse on this country. Look at all the things that are going on in Nigeria. Where is your president? Vacationing in France. People are dying in Zamfara, dying in Katsina. He said he's going on vacation.
No, it was work leave.
Work leave.
Work leave.
There is no place in Nigeria that you can attract tourism where you can walk. Look at what is going on with NEPA. Okay, now, our educational system, ASU is threatening to go on strike, telling you the instability in the educational system. The doctors and nurses are on strike or threatening to go on strike, telling you the instability going on in the healthcare. You just told me what is happening in the oil industry. Nupeng, this, going on strike, telling you the instability in oil industry. Look at the contractors. Since 2024, they have not been paid, telling you the risk that is going on in our infrastructural development. A country that the education, the healthcare, and the infrastructure are in problem is a country in distress. We have more malnourished children now in Nigeria than in Sudan. Can't you see that a woman, the child died because she couldn't afford transport to take the child to the hospital because of malaria? People are suffering, people are dying, and this president is vacationing in Paris, wearing the best of suits, laughing at the suffering of Nigerians. So God should save us from APC.
Just one moment. Are you saying then that if the presidential candidate of your party, I mean, as will emerge, should clinch it in 2027, that person will never go on leave in 4 years?
Tinubu has spent more time, almost, abroad than in Nigeria. When did he return from the last one?
That hasn't answered my question.
No. What I'm saying is, I cannot speak for any other person, but I can tell you that most serious presidents with the problems Nigeria have, I don't see them vacationing in foreign countries, promoting the tourism of that foreign countries.
All right. Let me quickly take your reaction to this. I know. Why you're facing like that? I don't say you didn't watch this. It's like with double mind. Like
I let me start with.
Okay.
I need to tell Kenneth Okonkwo this.
Okay,
I think Kenneth Okonkwo is feeling too important of himself. If he wants to grant an interview, he should grant an interview. Not every time he opens his mouth is about Peter Obi.
No, but you asked him a question about Peter Obi.
Let me finish. If Kenneth Okonkwo feels that Peter Obi is not doing things right, Kenneth Okonkwo, please come out and contest for presidency. Maybe that is where we should start from. Then he comes out to contest. Let us see. Because I know that Kenneth Okonkwo cannot win a councillorship in his own state. So this whole, every time he has an opportunity, he must be Peter Obi, he must be Peter. No, he has to stop it. We need to call a spade a spade. Peter Obi and Okonkwo, there's no meeting point. Good, he has said other things that make sense. Everybody knows that we have a president that is enjoying his toy. The toy that was bought without appropriation. We know he's enjoying it. We know that this our president is the president of Owambe. It is his turn. So why are Nigerians complaining? He never said it is the turn of Nigerians. He never said it is the turn of the suffering Nigerians. No. He said it is his turn. And that's why I started when I told you, I said, the Nigeria is a national cake. When it gets to your turn, precious, cut as you want and go, nothing will happen. And that is where we have reduced our governance to. A president that will leave Nigeria and say he's going to Paris, he's going to UK, he's going to America, he's going to Southeast Asia. Tomorrow, he will come back and discover one small island with maybe 5,000 inhabitants. He will go and visit them and offer them scholarship. Meanwhile, Nigerians' children cannot go to school in Nigeria. People are being killed Nigerians are being killed. And your president does not feel the need to cut short his trip. It shows you that they have no value for the Nigerian lives.
Just to add to that very quickly, the resident doctors nationwide don't go strike. And that means that all general hospitals, both states and federal, are shut down. Now only their consultant, if you just see a few people for skeletal work. And
Precious, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you my experience of doctors going on strike.
It's crazy because people's life
in 2012, 2011, 2010, 2011, I almost lost my last son
Wow.
because the day he was referred to the hospital, that was the day the doctors began their strike. And you know the irony, the painful part of it is that once this strike begins, they shut down everything. You will not know the number of children who are meant to be in incubators that will die. You will not know the number of patients who are meant to be in ICUs that will die. No country that is serious-minded, that is looking for development, that is looking for people to come and invest, with our health sector.
But how did we get it this bad that our
We
investment?
got it this bad because your leaders are always going abroad for treatment. That is why we got it wrong.
Wow.
Your leaders are always traveling out to go abroad and get the best treatment. So until we begin to insist that they remain in this country with us, then nothing will happen. The educational system is dying because your leaders' children do not school in Nigeria. So tell me what sector is working. You have a country that in less than 2.5 years of this administration or so, how many times has the national grid collapsed?
I can't count. Quite a
Yes, you have a minister for power who wants to become governor. A man who has not performed as a minister is thinking of being a governor. And nobody sees anything wrong with it. If Nigeria was a country that was working, that very first time that national grid collapsed, that minister would have been sacked. Nigeria is a country where you don't sack ministers don't resign, governors who are not performing would want to go a second term. Those in the National Assembly who have never raised one deal, who have never even spoken in the House, would always want to come back and sit and occupy chairs. A governor will spend 8 years in his state without adding value in terms of the life of the people, infrastructure, and then he would leave himself and go to the Senate and sit down.
I don't know if you heard that news about Kebbi State, where their hospital, the state of their hospital is so poor that
I know that the journalist that reported it is in detention.
yes, so in fact, right now they don't go. The next day said they launch APC new secretariat, brand new chacha. My people say, what kind of priorities is this? Misplaced priority. So, I mean, what does that? What does that?
It's not.
The mindset of our
Nobody,
politicians?
precious. Let me say this: nobody hates the country. Nobody hates the leaders of this country. Nobody in his right mind would speak evil of his country and its leaders. But I'll tell you this for free. For every wrong thing that has happened in this country, the Nigerian leaders are culpable.
All right, sir. Okay, let's quickly move to another conversation very, very, very quickly. So, where do we start from? Now, the Obidient Movement has appealed to former President Goodluck Jonathan to support Peter Obi in 2027 and down his toe. Say, making just continue to celebrate himself as the elder statesman Wayne B. And as person Wayne B say, don't achieve international recognition for the things Wayne don't do instead of them to want to contest election again. But people are saying that you know that Peter Obi had a meeting with Goodluck Jonathan, and he came back and said it was a very productive meeting. I've had a guest here on the show who said that Goodluck is not interested in running. The fact that I'm not exposing that yet is just the gimmicks to just keep people guessing. What's your reaction to the plea by the Obidient Movement and the meeting by the
Yeah, precious Obidient Movement. We need to put our acts together. Nigeria is not about the Obidient Movement, and they should not whittle down the significance of the Obidient Movement. The Obidient Movement will stand for quality leadership. We stand for promoting men and women of honor and proven integrity to handle leadership positions in this country. Obidient Movement is not a movement meant to go about begging people to contest or not to contest. No. When you do that, it shows that the group itself has a bigger problem. If Jonathan wants to come and contest, it is his right. He's free to come and contest. So nobody should beg him. But Jonathan should have the common sense to know that this is not something he should venture into. And that's the truth. You should know that the same people who carried your coffin, the same people who gave you all sorts of names, they are still there. They will even give you other names that you have never thought about.
All right, sir. So going. Let's take it. Let's bring it home to Lagos State. Obasa has cleared the air, saying no, they go for fifth time tenure as Speaker of the House. So say, but he hinted on wanting to run for governorship. We thought that it was Sheyi Tinubu's time this time around. Now, considering the whole drama we happened with that impeachment and reinstatement and this statement they make now, do you think that perhaps he's got the blessing of Baba Sope?
It's not about whether I think, it's not about having blessing or not. If you remember very well, when that brouhaha was going on, Obasa was told to go back and what? Continue as what? Speaker.
Immediately.
And leave structure alone. The governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, was also told to go and face governance and leave structure. The reason why you have, like I keep saying, an expatriate in Lagos State is because of structure.
They will soon reinstate him. But speaking about our expatriates, do you see them reinstating Fubara and then Akpabio still insisting that Natasha will not resume? You know, see the two of them happen almost side by side, even though Natasha own happened before Fubara won.
You know, Nigeria is a country where you have one double standard has become the order of the day.
You know, say Fubara don't beg, Natasha no beg. So
Fubara, who he beg?
He's had series of meetings and
this is what is wrong. Listen, let me tell you, the people of Rivers State have abandoned him. I'm telling you the truth. The people of Rivers State have abandoned him. But you see, let us bring it back to Lagos, where we're talking about. I have always known that Obasa is eyeing the governorship of Lagos State. I've always known that. And like I said, any piece that lacks justice is a piece of the graveyard. Obasa has every right, like every other citizen of Lagos State, to contest governorship. Whether Baba is there or not, he will contest if he wants to contest. The only thing that will happen is that the normal mago that happens when it comes to primaries in APC will happen in Lagos. It happened during the local government chairmanship primaries, where people were imposed in position of candidates on the local government and on the people. So it will happen. And maybe when that happens, Obasa may decide to join another political party to contest. But you know, everybody that wants to be governor wants to come under the platform of APC because they believe that once you get the ticket of APC, governorship is automatic. but they go learn the hard way.
So getting a ticket now just pure win already.
This is what check the local government election they did. I talked about it. People protested. At the end of the day, every candidate of the party was returned as chairman. So that is the mindset, that's the impression. But I will tell you, see this Lagos, a lot of politicians will learn the hard way. Let's mark them down.
All right. Now, do you think that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is likely just resolute in being the only strong candidate for 2027? Because that's the accusation we say.
Is what is the thing. Okay, now let me tell you. Let me tell you. A few days back, we heard that INEC has formally accepted, recognized
David Mark
as the chairman of.
Yes.
The next day, what happened? A court gave an injunction that I cannot resume. The judiciary has become so fluid. The judiciary has become available to be used. So when you have that kind of situation, you will now know that the aim is to ensure that all other parties are in disarray. So if other parties are in disarray, they will not have a candidate. And that's why when I hear Kachukwu talk, I ask myself, what does he want? Kachukwu has not come out to tell Nigerians he wants to contest for presidency.
He said he was a presidential candidate. He doesn't want them to destroy his party. That's his party.
No, precious. See, this is where people get it wrong. Presidential candidate, your tenure ends after the election.
Exactly what your brother Kenneth Okonkwo responded to this morning.
That's the truth. Your tenure in that party as a stakeholder, as an authority, ends after that. The person who controls the affairs of the party is either a governor or a senator or a honorable member. So maybe sometimes people just don't understand. They just take positions. They just assume. So he's claiming to be a strong member of the party because he was their presidential candidate. That one now water. You don't hold anything. And that is why when this whole thing is going on in Labour Party, Peter Obi had to excuse himself because he does not have the power to resolve whatever it is. So maybe people are not giving the handwriting.
What do you think he would have taken Peter Obi to resolve that problem? Because a lot of people they tell him say he no get the mind, he no be leader, he no fit to resolve crisis for in house, in inner caucus and all that. What do you think?
It wasn't something Peter Obi would resolve. Honestly speaking, is he going to resolve it as the chairman of the party, or member of the board of trustees, or member of the national working committee of the party? In what capacity was he going to resolve the issue? Please tell me.
Right. So I don't have an answer to that. So going back to the conversation of Daily Momodu, we talk say President Bola Ahmed Tinubu they deliberately no one see saying they G3 ahead of 2027 general election and APC generally they G3 and say their end goal are to make sure say they no see any formidable opposition for 2027. They are not too bothered by the governors and the rest of them, but they want sole candidates for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu if possible, and all political should rise up.
If that is what they want, it will vindicate a lot of us who are saying that your President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not a Democrat. He has never fought for democracy. He has never worked for democracy. He has only lied that he was working for democracy. Because as a Democrat, there are things we will want to see that we're not seeing. As a Democrat, you will not open your mouth and say, grab it, snatch it, and run, knowing that that is anti-democracy. as a Democrat, you will not have a minister that is interfering in the affairs of another state, and you don't call him to order. Check through all the problems that led to the institution of a state of emergency in Rivers. There was no day your president blamed Wike for what was going on in that state. So when you say you are a Democrat, there's a lot to it. You need to show it. You need to live it. And you need to make the people believe in you. I want to remind APC something. I can remind them before I forget. And I want to remind Mr. President. Okay, President, you talk and you say, if I don't give you constant electricity in 2 years, when I come back, don't vote for me. Mr. President, we're holding that with the whole and well. We know that the only promise you promise Nigerians that you are kept to is that you are widening the tax net. You told us that. And that you have reduced our purchasing power. And our poverty is now staring us in the face. The hunger in the land is getting to crescendo. When it gets to that crescendo, the people will answer you back.
All right, let's move on to other issues very quickly. I get a few things so I'd like me to touch here very, very quickly. Okay, one, the before enter security issues. I don't even know if I should pay attention to that. The case of Bashir El-Rufai, who said that Nigeria is a fraud, is not a country, and then IPOB don't respond to and contact say why DSS never invite them. The way be said they inviting Nnamdi Kanu, not be the kind of statements when Nnamdi Kanu make what they use against them. They talk saying a treason, but saying now because saying a northern person talk him, he's walking free, and that nobody has called him for questioning. They are speaking to the double standard of you know, system, double standard system for inside Nigeria. Is it really a thing?
If you ask me, I think
really the fear.
It's not every fly that passes that IPOB should chase after.
Oh,
you know. So that's all I'm going to say.
Let's leave the fly alone. Then let's speak to what is going on with Nopeng and Dangote and all that. Joint union, no joint union, because struggle. I don't know whether you understand what's going on. Dangote saying won't buy thousands of trucks. Say Ingo the using hand distributing fuel to filling stations. Because of course you know the problem when disagree with tanker drivers and all that. And now he now made a law that people then will be say Ingo employ for inside the tanker drivers say they no could be members of any union. And people are saying that for you not to want them to join union, that means you want to deliberately trample on their fundamental human rights. Because of say you won't do bad thing, I make you no one make them join union. Now, especially say some of the tanker drivers that talk, say the list of names say they don't already enlist to join. Most of them, in fact, they promote most of the existing tanker drivers. They're taking new people who will not join union. Tanker drivers are saying they will not have it. Nopeng, they support them. Everybody, they support them. Dangote is not backing down. DSSF don't invite Nopeng and Dangote right now because of the back and forth. It's just crazy. But right now, Nopeng don't want Nigerians to be weary of Dangote's gift of transporting fuel directly to them. That is a great gift that they will pay for one way or the other. On whose side are we in this wahala now? What should we do? On one hand, Nigerians are happy that the competition Dangote is giving to NNPC is forcing NNPC to sit up. On the other hand, now this whole joining union and no joining union. Let's
because this is my position on the Dangote group. From the research I've done, from the things I've seen, Dangote group enjoys monopoly. Once they are not able to have monopoly, they back out of that business. You remember very vividly well what played out when Dangote entered the cement industry.
We had
Beto. Beto was the only contender then. What happened? of government render that man business useless. And that is where Dangote now took charge. Dangote has entered the oil sector by building a refinery. Since after building his refinery, the ones that your former president and Mele Kainde said they fixed is no longer working. See, the truth of the matter is that anybody that understands the business language will not support Dangote.
So why government no fit take charge, talk saying no, you cannot stop your people
Government don't want
joining unions. And
the government when want make it take charge, what are they bringing to the table?
That's the question, because I was going to say that this is not unique to is not peculiar to Dangote alone. Most private establishments, including for our media industry, they allow their private ones, they allow their staff to join any union. And I don't know
why that happens is that they don't want you to bring the instrumental of government to their doorstep. They want to hire you and fire you the way they want. They want to do whatever they want. Use police to intimidate you. Use soldiers to intimidate you. They know that nobody will come and fight for you. And that's the truth. But you know, a lot of people would not see these signs and these signals and hold back because people are hungry. People are looking for employment. If Dangote is being sincere, not only with distribution of his petrol, but with the Nigerian people, there is nothing wrong with allowing those who work for you to be affiliated to the union. In other words, what Dangote wants is a free hand to do whatever he wants. I honestly don't see anything wrong with him allowing those who work for him to be engaged in the union. You know that it's like the Nigerian Labour Congress, the TUC, NUPENG, the National Association of Transport Owners, NATO. You see, all these bodies, they may have their nuisance values, but they also have their good sides. So Dangote wants to be in complete control. He doesn't want to hear that my driver was maltreated and somebody comes in defense. He doesn't want to hear that. So it's the same thing that Dangote is doing, and it's the same thing media houses are doing. How many media houses belong to National Union of NUJ? How many? How many of the media houses allow their staffs to be members of NUJ? So it's all about a bourgeois system of exploitation. The system we operate in Nigeria is to exploit the people, take advantage of the people, and continue to run your business. So that is it. There's nothing else to it. It's all about exploitation.
So Nigeria should be wearing indeed of the Greek gift.
Well, if you like, you know they're wearing now. How much do they buy fuel now?
All right. Make our open phone lines when Nigerians begin jumping into the conversation, because I know some people will get a lot of questions to ask and things to contribute. But before I take that call, make I just take a few security conversations. As since 2011, today now they begin a reign or they resume the prosecution of the I think Ansara commanders we basically caused the bombing of the United Nations building for 2011. No, remember that bombing. Now today they resume their persecution. Very, very sad. But I just won't leave that matter there. So make I just let on another one very quickly. And then still talking about insecurity in the country. Now, bandits don't attack a magistrate, abduct passengers for inside the highway for Niger State. The era magistrate. A serving magistrate in the Niger State Judiciary, I think Benjamin Zakari, name being named. He has been abducted or attacked by armed bandits while traveling on public transport along other passengers for inside Niger State. Very sad story there. And then for inside your Anambra State or your southeast, gunmen suspected to be cultists killed 4 mourners and injured about 15 others during a burial ceremony in Anambra State. Now, the incident occurred yesterday night during a wake for an 18-year-old boy at AZ Village in Ogidi, Idemili North Local Government, Idemili North Local Government area of Anambra State. Now that one happened. People don't talk say, is this one not way too many? Again, in fact, a source in the community who did not wish to be named said friends of the deceased gathered to honor him with a night wake and were carried away as they entertained themselves with drinks, and some were smoking, and some it was in the process that some people arrived and opened fire like that on people. The suspicion in the community is that the boy who is to be buried was a cultist, and rival members came to attack because they knew his cult members would be at the ceremony, and they perhaps could only be caught off guard in such an event. And now it happened. Prince Francis Chilaka, 18 years old, 18, he no pass, cultism, if that is anything to go by. I beg, make I let you talk.
I've always said that
really coming to
you don't solve a problem from the top. You solve the problem from beneath. Unfortunately, we don't have a government that likes to solve problems. We just have government that likes to romance problems. And by romancing the problem, it gives room for them to continue to be in office. See, President, if I am in authority like today, every group that is identified or fingered to have anything with court related to be banned. Those ones that have been registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission, they will be registered, they will be listed. Anybody found associating, relating, straight, no too much of 10 years imprisonment, hard labor. It has become a menace to the society. And the way you curb it is 4 for 4. So when you talk about, killings in Anambra, killings in the north, I was reading somewhere today which state is that? Bandits have given the people, levied the people and told the people, if you don't pay every week or so, we'll start killing you people.
It's a continuous process now.
The amount of guns in circulation, pressures, is alarming.
Sir?
It is alarming. You see, I keep saying it, things have gone bad and things are not getting any better because your leaders are acting as though they are clueless. Your leaders only think about themselves, their families and their cronies. Until these leaders we have begin to think first Nigeria, the day we begin to think of Nigeria, that's the day we will stop rehabilitating and integrating anybody, whether Boko Haram, whether terrorists, whether unknown gunmen. So we need to. Unfortunately, the insecurity in the land is alarming. Yesterday, a friend of mine called me, driving on the road of Abuja. Somebody from nowhere threw a stone and shattered her side glass. And she tried to stop the talker. Move.
Because now exactly that if you just stop
exactly.
Yeah, Abuja center of the capital.
After all, the mayor is busy holding press conference every month, talking to his children, and forgetting that Nigeria is a country that power belongs to the people. Power will return to the people very soon. And when that happens, we will have the kind of leaders we all would want to call leaders.
Amen. All right, Nigeria's phone lines are open very quickly because the night is already fast spent. Kindly follow the link, join the link. That is, follow the link waiting for the pinned segment of the pinned comment session, and then it will bring you straight into the studio to join us to put Mad for Talk. Or you call the WhatsApp number 0817 029 4077. 0817 029 4077. That's the WhatsApp number to call only on WhatsApp. Would you be able to get that number? So, Prince Francis Chilaka, as school they resume, a lot of people they berate, they talk about the abuse government, say government no notice say things hard, do school they resume and all that. What would government have done differently because schools are resuming and parents are agitated that they can't pay fees? Do you think government would have done anything really differently?
Your Minister of Aviation said he needed 700 and something billion.
Yes, just to make it, we need to put that with that good taste.
We can spend 30 something billion.
That's a six.
Now, a country that wants to build an educational system, what will you do? If people are complaining that it's difficult paying school fees, don't forget your president went to St. Lucia or wherever he went to, and gave them scholarship. What the government should have done, first of all, is to find a way to bring down the cost of books. It's very important. Two, the government should be able to regulate schools. Since our public schools are dead and we're facing private schools, the government should be able to regulate them. Schools just wake up, they arbitrary school fees, they just fix the amount. And then they've started this new policy of no evidence, no entry. Yet, Precious, your president will come and tell you all is well. Nigeria is corruption free. Nigeria has gotten back to the path of righteousness. Propaganda and propaganda is what this government is all about. So they need, the truth of the matter is that schools are charging, the school fees are too exorbitant. Just like house rent. Landlords just wake up, they just increase it. When the landlord wants to increase his rent, he remembers that he has a family member abroad that needs to come and stay in the house. And then he gives you a quick notice. Knowing that when you see the quick notice, you'll come to hold discussions with him. Where are the regulatory agencies in all of this? So that is what government should do. Government should do more to regulate certain things and be able to have a price control over schools.
Price control? How?
They should be able to.
With this economy.
Which economy?
With this economy. Because private schools are saying that how would they survive? That the reason they're increasing their fees is because of survival.
What new thing are they putting in place?
You don't.
I want to understand.
Because of the cost of running. Okay, so the cost of running.
What is the additional cost? Is it that they are buying generator, or is it that they are fueling the generator, or is it that they are employing more teachers? What is the cost?
So they are saying that the teachers they used to pay like 100,000 before, they can no longer pay that teacher 100,000 because 100,000 is no longer.
Don't they suspect you? You can say you be proprietor of one school. Because
I am not, but I'm
see, Precious. If
they used to pay you 100,000 before and they pay you 100,000 now, will it sustain you?
Good.
In the present economy?
If you want, Precious,
and if you don't,
if you are a school, if your school, let's assume you have a school that has 500 pupils or 500 students. If you charge that every student in that school 300,000, do you know how much that is?
300,000 K. Some schools are not paying that amount. 300,000 naira school is a big school. Most of them charge way lesser than that. How many parents go pay 300,000 naira per term?
Now you're talking. The ones that they pay lesser, Precious, what category are they schools?
Prince Francis, let's go. Good night.
If the government is sincere, the government would have spent resources reviving all public schools. That was what Jakonde did in Lagos. I'm a beneficiary of Jakonde's legacy. I'm telling you, late Jakonde of blessed memory, opened schools. He built schools to ensure that people get educated. That is what the Constitution says. That is part of the social contract between the government and the people. But these bourgeois have taken over everywhere. They are into mining, they're into petroleum, they're into hospitals, they're into schools. So everything has become private. If government builds back public schools, I am telling you, a lot of people will send their children to those schools. And then there will be a competition.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much, sir. I'd like to say a big thank you to you. It's been always a great pleasure having you. I appreciate you. I will see you again on Sunday as my Sunday medicine concern. For now, thank you so much. Thank you. Your reward will continue to be on earth. I appreciate you, sir. And to Nigerians, thank you, sir. Good night. And to Nigerians, I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you. Thank you for being a part of the show today again. We did it again today. Let's do it again tomorrow, and another tomorrow, and another tomorrow, and another tomorrow. You guys know I love you, right? I love you guys jaggedly. I'll see you again tomorrow, God willing. At the meantime, ensure you protect your mental health because wahala may finish. Good night and God bless.